So, Nintendo just dropped a bombshell following up yesterday's Nintendo Direct with the release date for the live action Zelda movie. And I want to talk more about the Zelda movie and my thoughts and where I think it could possibly go. But just really quickly, for a quick second, I want to reflect on yesterday's Nintendo Direct because I think it seemed in my reaction that I was disappointed. I was definitely expecting more, but I don't think I was disappointed because at this rate, I'm fully on board for like everything big being saved for the Switch 2, and this was kind of like the little appetizer for next week's main course because we have this big Switch 2 presentation in like 5 days. So I was expecting like a lot of ports and stuff, and that's kind of what happened. And we got 2 Sony games, which is kind of crazy. And I'm pretty excited to jump in and try some rhythm games that I never played, like Patapon and Rhythm Heaven. I'm gonna delve into the rhythm genre, and I'm gonna be playing Tamagotchi Life 2, but I gotta play the first one first. I think everything big, aside from that new gameplay we got from Metroid, is likely being shown off next week. But moving on, the Zelda movie, and also if you're new here, subscribe. I'm trying to get this channel to 100K, please, thanks. Anyway, I was scrolling through Twitter. I went to Nintendo's Twitter page and I didn't see it. And I was like, oh, duh. Let me open the goddamn Nintendo Today app that they literally just advertised people to download yesterday as their big finale. And when you open it, the first thing that you see, and if you don't have it, I'll put it up on screen here, is just a little cool animation of like the Triforce and like the Zelda logo kind of like phasing in. But it's going to be live action. I think personally I would have preferred an animated movie. I just think it's so hard to convince studios nowadays to go with 2D animation because they don't want to spend the money on it. Like a Ghibli-style Zelda movie would have been fantastic. In my personal opinion, I would have loved something like that. I mean, I've been watching a lot of Ghibli films lately. Instead, they are partnering up with Sony. They're going live action, which is ironic considering they ditched Sony in the 90s. I'm a little bit nervous, but I feel like Nintendo's going to have a very heavy hand in this like they did with the Mario movie. So I think they will steer the ship in the right direction. Hopefully. Knock on wood here. I've wanted this movie ever since IGN did that corny April Fool's Zelda trailer. If you've seen it, you know which one I'm talking about. Otherwise, you could probably find it somewhere. And I was like, shit, I really want a Zelda movie. Maybe one day that'll happen. But, that was before Nintendo decided to, where Nintendo was really on the upswing of doing more media. Like the Mario Brothers movie was a huge success. So I'm expecting Nintendo in the next 10 years to really, really ramp up production on movies and just, don't know what's going to be next. Probably we have the next Mario movie, which is coming out 2026. So we're getting back-to-back years of Nintendo movies. We're going to be getting probably later this year more information or a teaser or something on the Super Mario Brothers movie 2. And then I would imagine by this time next year, since the release date of the Zelda movie is just a little under 2 years away, we're going to, next year at this time, they're going to be swinging into full Zelda mode. Who knows what else is going to come with that? But, oh God, I'm sorry for any Minecraft fans out there. That movie's going to suck. But where can they possibly start with the Zelda movie? Because, you can really jump in anywhere on the timeline. I would imagine they probably want to go with what's most marketable or is most beginner-friendly for people that are unfamiliar with the franchise to jump in because, they're trying to appeal to a broader audience here. They're not just trying to get Zelda fans. Especially, they're working with a big studio like Sony, which makes me a little nervous. But Zendaya's going to be Zelda, isn't she? I think they can go 3 different routes here, or 3 that are probably the safest. They can go with Breath of the Wild, which, is the most recent. A lot of people have played Breath of the Wild. You know, it's a great story. They could do Calamity Ganon. You know, they can set up for a sequel and do Tears of the Kingdom. They can go Ocarina of Time. My nostalgia bias would really prefer them to go Ocarina of Time and, you know, doing the whole Kid Link time travel, you know, adult Link story. That would be awesome to see on the big screen. Um, there's also the very real possibility that they just do a completely original story. You know, maybe it ties into a game that's coming out. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just its own thing. You know, I think that would be pretty cool. Just like a Legend of Zelda story that's a movie that is just all its own, and it's, you know, it's something completely original. But like I said, Nintendo is going to be playing a heavy hand, so we will. Oh, here's the. I was wondering. I forgot what the who was working on it. So Wes Ball, the director of Maze Runner trilogy and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I haven't seen either of those movies, or so. In the comment section, let me know if you think he's up to it. I think at the very least, this movie will be good. Will it be great? We're gonna have to wait and see. But I'm remaining hopeful. Oh, wait a second. Does Sonic 4 come out? It comes out a week apart? I mean, it's not Mario, it's Zelda, so, you know, that would have been funny, but it comes out so close. Okay. Yeah, there's that. Let me know in the comment section what you think, what story you think they should tell. You know, are you hopeful? Are you not hopeful? Would you have preferred animated? Personally, I would have. And we'll see you next time.